Good morning, 30th September 21. EU crew. The truck drivers in Europe are lacking around 250,000 now. Well, the European system for truck drivers, the education is really like COVID. So really these governments are doing a mess about it because they divide in 27 parts every area of their own ministries. So it's really inefficient. But then same thing is happening with the seafarers, which it is going to be very bad for ship owners or very good for ship owners. And it is going to be for seafarers very bad and very good. Now, if you apply online digital competitive advantage, if you like, subscribe and pass these videos in the YouTube and the podcast in Candina, then we can really empower European seafarers. We need masters and chief engineers, $10,000, containers, $7,000, second engineer, chief officer, all kind of crews we need here. We just took a general cargo that she's going to be here in Santander and Bilbao, European crew, St. Kitts flag, a horsepower 750. So we could have then these kind of certificates of engineers of offshore, which are also retired Europeans, like Spanish retired, can apply for these jobs. But in one way or another, the supply side is ending and then the demand is bigger. So then we can be united. Now, one way or another, the European crew management companies, the European ship owners, we can take this area of our cake and specialization focus into our competitive advantages. Now, please take it very seriously. Applying Candina because it could be that in the future there is a need of 250,000 seafarers. And then if you have a collective bargaining agreement like in Spain that cannot be adapted, this position, that position, because either all or none. So perhaps there is for this kind of position a higher demand. For example, electrician, electrotechnical officer, it already has had some kind of 10% growth in the first quarter, and the tendency is that that position will go faster and then, of course, will beat inflation. If you are working in for any government fleet, please, you are welcome to the light. Please leave the dark side. Join the shipping light. We are going to have a very prosperous future because they just made a mess. So whenever there is a mess about this, you can apply digital Candina today and we can have your CV faster sent to the client so that we can really empower ourselves even more in Europe, and also in the same thing applies for other countries. But this video is for you, European seafarer, European officer. Please, let us fight together and get united in the light side of the business utility. Intrinsic value is that we bring value to Europe. It's very important that we are united here. No prime minister is going to change this education of Europeans so that there is still going to be a mess, a miss, a lack of professionals that are required. One day will be doctors very soon. Next day will be teachers very soon. And then we will have security very soon sorted because there's so many different policies that this is like one fight against the virus. So it's one fight against the training, and then they are going to be such a mess. So take this opportunity very much, very fast. Now we need you in Candina. Apply. If you are a steward on board services also, please. And then you have English. And if you don't have English, you have plenty of videos here to learn. Get your basic training because we are going to need you. And the competitive advantage with regards of the cruise ships is that our ships, merchant ships, are close to Europe and will be around Europe, and it will keep it this strategic situation. No one can kick Europe out of 60-70% of world fleet traveling around here. So then this is a competitive advantage perpetual long-term career. If you are a Z millennial, please think about this maritime career because we don't have any officers, we don't have any crew. So this is very, very important that you think about this. It is a huge possibility, and we have grown, let's say, 10% the wages for some ranks in the first quarter. That means that if inflation was this month 4%, you are beating inflation. Think about it, because if you work for the government, get out, join the light business, because we are going to beat inflation. Yes, why? Because we float and then we go by sea, and this is going to stay here for the long term, and 90% of transport is shipping. So we are not essential, we are fundamental. Have a nice weekend. Take care. Thanks for your CV. Bye.